Do you know that something is true, or do you just assume that it is? When I mean that, do you assume that it is true, I mean that you think you have enough information to know that something is true, and then you assume that the version of the truth that you have, it is the overall truth. But for something to be true in life, if it involves more than one person, more than just yourself, then truth is your truth combined with someone else's truth. So if all the information you have is what you know, you don't know enough to know what the actual truth is. I had 2 moments today when I realized that what I thought was the truth actually wasn't. I wouldn't say that I was overthinking, because for me, overthinking means that I'm worrying about something, that I'm constantly thinking about it, that it's consuming my everyday life and I can't not think about it. Overthinking means that I give something more energy than it deserves. But I am someone who thinks a lot. I cannot function without thinking. The amount of thinking that I do as a baseline is what some people consider to be overthinking, because I need to understand why I do something that I do, why someone else does something that they do, and why does it affect me the way that it does. Because if I don't understand things, I cannot move, I cannot take steps, I cannot make decisions. I don't understand how people who don't think things through this way, how can they just do things? Sometimes when I have a problem with something and I ask for advice, people say, oh, just go and do it. But I can't just go and do it if I don't understand why I'm doing it. But I digress. What I wanted to talk about is how I thought that something was true, but actually it turned out to not be. And the reason why it didn't turn out to be the truth is because humans are selfish and we tend to assume that everything is about us. So I had this moment with a friend where I got mad at him and he apologized, but after that moment things started to feel weird, and at some point he stopped texting me. And I thought he stopped texting me because something happened to him. Maybe he thought that our friendship was something easy and fun. When I got mad at him, our relationship got more serious, and it wasn't something that he was ready for. And that's why he pulled away. But with the information I got today, I have come to the conclusion that I might have been wrong. And I am wrong because my understanding of what happened was very self-centered. I assumed that I did something to cause this distance between us, which might have been an illusion of distance, which I see now because I overheard him tell someone that he has been so busy lately that he has not had any time to have a life. So if he is that busy, of course he has no time to text me. And that's why in person our friendship seems to be fine, and he maybe sometimes it appears that he is consumed by something, and like when we talk he's somewhere else. And I thought it's because of me, because I am human and I am selfish. but actually it's just because there is something going on in his life that is stopping him from giving as much of himself as I would like him to. And the other thing that happened to me today is that I had a conversation with my line manager at work, and I had been having some issues at work because I felt like I can't tell the higher ups about the struggles that I have because I didn't feel like I would be listened to. And I assumed that maybe my line manager doesn't like me. But when I had a conversation with my line manager, I found a safe way of telling her what I feel, what I struggle with, and I got feedback and help. And I realized that, first of all, I'm not struggling as much as I think I am. The expectations that they have for me are not as rigid as I thought they were. Like, I'm not gonna get fired if I fail to complete a certain task. And the reason why I felt like I couldn't complete that task was because I was comparing myself to people who have more experience than me. What I realized in that moment is that I had a very self-centered view of my situation. And because I had not told anyone about how I was feeling, I didn't have enough information to draw the proper conclusions. And to have the information to draw proper conclusions, I need to show myself to other people, and I need to speak to other people. Sometimes we can get so deep in our thoughts that we can't even recognize when our mind is having unhealthy views of things, that we are having thoughts that are lies, because lies have a tendency to look very true, but lies fall apart when you have more information from multiple sources. It's like a research project. To find the truth in life, you need to speak to other people and gather information before you draw conclusions. And you have to seek that information without prejudice. You have to have an open mind, just speak your truth and see what you get back, and then draw conclusions and see what you find. Sometimes the truth that we think is the truth is actually just something that we have assumed to be true, and we have been too lazy and too self-centered to seek information that would prove us wrong.